Welcome to Haunted Homebodies, where Halloween isn't just a day, it's a lifestyle. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sarah, and we're your guides through the delightfully dark corners of comfort horror.
Welcome back to the last episode of Haunted Homebodies for our winter holiday break. Try not to miss us, everybody. We'll miss you.
We will miss you.
We
We're
will.
gonna miss doing this.
Yeah. I'll miss you, Sarah, but
I'll
hopefully
miss
we'll still
you.
talk.
I'll see you next month also.
Oh, that's so true. That's really
Yeah,
exciting.
I
It's
know.
funny because we are really good friends, but also without the podcast, we just didn't
Yeah.
talk that much.
Neither of us are just people who are good at being in touch with people who aren't directly in front of you.
You have to be in the room with me, preferably in the town.
Yes.
Definitely in the city. Yeah, preferably in the room.
That's about the same.
Yeah, so it doesn't work out, but we've just managed to cling to this friendship anyway for 35 years.
30, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so good for us. But anyway, I wanted to, before we get into today's episode, let me introduce what we're talking about. We're talking about Twin Peaks again. We're going to be doing our award show, which will be super fun. Before we get into that, I want to follow up on our Halloween special episode where I shared some scary stories from my life. And one of them was about the haunted house down the street where my bus stop was. I just had to stand next to this haunted house every day waiting for the bus, and it just felt very haunted. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and listen to the Halloween special episode. It was fun. Enjoyed it.
It was.
But my sister listened to it and she's like, hold on. I have some corrections to make. Okay, wait, I went to the wrong page. So I'm going to read the text messages. So in the story, I said that so Courtney and our neighbor Heather, they used to just kind of to scare me and would tell me things that weren't true. And so I was talking about the well. There's a creepy well behind this house where you could just pull up this pallet and just look into this dark abyss. This was the well for the house. Not hazardous at all. And they told me that there were bones in there. And I was like, no, they're not. And then Courtney texted me, all caps, there was a cat skeleton in the well. That is the only truth that we told you.
No.
They said they were stirring in there and bones floated to the top. They assumed it was a cat, but I know it could have. I don't know. I actually meant to not say it was a cat just to not make you sad, but it was an animal. Let's say it was a squirrel. It doesn't look anything like a cat, but it was a squirrel.
Yeah, it's gonna be sad no matter what kind of animal it was.
I know, but I was like, ew, okay. But she was like, I understand why you didn't believe me. I feel like they did try to make me look. I have a vague memory. Now Courtney will text me again, another correction.
Well, I'll have to come back in season 2.
Yes. They made me look down there. I'm like, I don't know if this is a real memory or not, or just a trauma from them telling me this. But I feel like they made me look, and then there wasn't anything. And they're like, well, it was there, which also doesn't make sense, but whatever. She'll follow up with me.
I can't wait to find out, and we'll tell you all in 2026.
See you in January. She also texted me regarding the creepy house that the first time that they tried to get into it, it was really hard. It was actually pretty secure. I just remember the tail end where we were just coming and going. And because that's what she said, it was maybe the third time that they went in where you could just open the back door. That's what I remember. You could just walk kind of right in. And she said that eventually the doors and windows were resecured. So they kind of caught on that someone had gotten into the house, and they were like, this is a huge hazard. You gotta stop. But she also said she does remember seeing the cabinet open sometimes from the window. It was sometimes open, sometimes closed.
Ooh.
So that wasn't just my little nightmarish brain conjuring stuff. But she's at that point, was it just because people literally were going in and out, kind of exploring it because the back door was pretty much open, or was it a ghost?
Spooky.
Maybe it was the poor little ghost cat.
Oh,
I love
maybe
a ghost
it was.
cat. And you were just I like to go into my cupboard to get cozy.
I love that.
Every haunting I just try to make into a
That's canon. That's what it is now.
That is half of our podcast haunting stories. I love it. Anyway, shout out to Corta. I love you. but you
Me
scared me a lot
too.
growing up.
Yeah, they really messed with you.
Yeah. But let's talk about Twin Peaks.
Yay! I am excited. So last week we talked all about how Agent Cooper is our favorite character, but we also talked about so much else because there's a lot, and we're covering the two original seasons, season 1 and season 2. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a little awards show, kind of, for Twin Peaks, which I think is gonna be a way for us to talk about so much that happens
Yeah.
in a rather short podcast episode.
And we'll have to,
Yeah.
like, actually come to a conclusion. Let's make a
Yes.
pact that we have to decide. Maybe we don't have to
Yes.
agree, but we each have to at least pick one because
Yes.
in order for this to be an award show, we should actually hand out awards and not just do what we do,
I
which is
agree.
have little
Yes.
tangential
There
riffs on
will be
everything.
a there will we will have a conclusion. We will put it no, I don't wanna put it in the show notes because that would be a spoiler alert, but we will have
Hmm. Do you know what? After we release this, if I'm still kicking, then we're gonna, I'll do Instagram stories, and
I
then
love it.
we'll have you all vote along, and we'll see if you agree with us.
That's perfect. Okay, great. We have a
Yeah.
plan. You guys were coming up with this, on the fly.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I might just be like, Cut this out of the the episode. I'm signing off for the next 2 months. See you
That
later."
would be fair. We're taking a break for a reason.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right, should we get into it? Because
Let's do it.
I think there's gonna be a lot. Okay, all right. We're gonna start off. Our first category of the night of our Twin Peaks award show is Best Guest Star. In this category, we have David Duchovny, who played Denise, Billy Zane, whose character name I don't remember, but it was really great, John Justice Wheeler. I
Mm,
told you it was a great name.
it is a good name.
John Justice Wheeler. Molly Shannon, who was in one episode where she played the like
Social worker or something,
social
maybe?
worker, yes, for the guy that Dick was kind of fostering for a while.
Didn't
That
get
was a
that, but yeah,
bizarre plot point.
didn't
Anyway,
understand, yeah.
one episode of Molly Shannon. Heather Graham, who played Annie, and David Lynch, who played Special Agent Gordon Cole, which apparently you did not realize.
No idea. Had no idea that that was David Lynch. I guess because the David Lynch I know is, like, later years, like, that's the picture that always is shown of
Okay.
him, like,
Mhm.
I'm a fan of his work, but I don't, like he doesn't, like, come across my desk all the time.
That's
I'll just,
fair.
like,
He's
I'll
a
see
mostly
interviews
behind the
and stuff.
scenes guy.
So I
Yeah.
had no idea that was him. I just like,
Yeah.
also, that was, like, kind of a big role. That wasn't a
Yeah.
little, like, Molly Shannon, where it's just like one
Yeah.
episode, random scene. Also, did not know that was Molly Shannon until you presented this category, and I was like, Molly Shannon, and I had to look up what scene she was in because I had no idea that that was her because that was so not a Molly Shannon scene. She was just
Yeah.
sitting there having a normal conversation. It went right over my head.
Yeah. That was like early. It was little baby Molly Shannon.
So I'm gonna say not her for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Who is your choice in this category, Ashley?
I'm gonna say despite not knowing that it was David Lynch, it's gonna be Gordon Cole. I really liked his character. I thought he was so endearing and so funny. And I liked the disability rep. I felt like, I'm not someone with a hearing impairment, so I don't want to speak for that community and say that it was like good representation because he is kind of like it felt like we're laughing with him, not at him. Like, you
Yes.
know what I mean? I
Mhm.
felt like that
Mhm.
was handled well, and it was, like, just I don't know, it had some really sweet moments, and like I said, I just like the way that the other characters in the show are just, like, so sweet and sensitive, and they're just kind of, like, rolling with it, and it was just a lot of funny things where he's like, "We better go out, like, into this office to talk privately." And he's just, like, in there shouting, and they're all just, like, listening outside the door. It just there were so many, like, moments that, like, actually made me giggle, and I thought his character was, like,
Yes.
so sweet and endearing, and I think we're gonna talk about this more later, but, like, his interactions with Shelly were so
Yes.
cute. Oh, and, yeah, I feel like him, like, being there just made, like, Shelly's life better in the end. It was just, like, so sweet.
I agree with literally everything that you have said. I do not want to move on from this category without talking about David Duchovny as Denise
Mhm.
for almost exactly the same reasons you're talking about Gordon Cole. There is like representation of a character who is never named as being trans or anything like that, but, like, has gone through a transition in her life, and the characters just roll with it and respect her, and I think that is fantastic, and she's also amazing, but Gordon Cole takes it. Gordon Cole is
Yes.
just phenomenal.
I did really love Denise, though. Very close second.
Yes. Yes, very close second.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have our first winner, best guest star,
And we
David Lynch
agree.
as
There you
Special
go.
Agent Gordon Cole. That was easy.
There
I
you
love
go.
it. All right, Next category, best slash most emotional scene. The nominees are Major Garland telling Bobby about his dream for Bobby when they're sitting there in the diner, and Bobby crying as he listens to it. Albert's speech about peace. Audrey being so excited about meeting Denise and asking, they let women become agents?
So cute.
And finally, Gordon Cole being able to hear Shelley perfectly, calling it a miracle, and then the log lady in all of her grumpy glory going, this cherry pie is a miracle.
Oh gosh, I love all of these options. So, first of all, great job. I think that they're all like so sweet and so poignant and like really hit on a lot of different notes that make this
Mhm.
show special. I think the Audrey line that just I just love that. I felt it. The actress did an amazing job delivering that line. Like just ugh, that was, like, when, like, Audrey, we were really starting to love her. That was her, like, little turning
Yes.
starting to, like, have her arc turn in a little different direction than I thought it was gonna go. But I have, like, a very clear winner here, and 'cause I think it's, like, one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in television, and it is the Major Garland talking to
Yes.
Bobby. Like, I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. Like, the acting in that scene is incredible. It is just, like it's so emotional, and it's so, like, when you I don't know, it's one of those things where it's, like, you forget that you're, like, watching TV. Like, it just, like, felt so real to me, and I just loved it so much.
It's the first time, like, Bobby has been such a little shithead the whole
Yes,
time,
I
and
know.
it's the first time you see that, like, that's not all there is to him, and his dad is just such a solid figure who believes in him and believes in his future, and, Major Garland
What a
is
gem.
oh my god, just phenomenal start to finish, amazing character.
Yes, he was so unexpected for me and really subverted a lot of stereotypes, which I think this show does really well too, where you
Yes.
think that people are gonna be this certain way and then they surprise you. Like it does, I think, like lay out a lot of stereotypes when you're introduced to characters, and then it just like shows this depth and like just all these different traits to people that are just so lovely. I loved that scene.
Yes,
I
okay, well,
rewatched
that
it
is
for this.
oh, I love because that happens, like, early on in is
Yeah.
it s early on in season 2,
I
or
don't
is that a
remember, I
season
watched
1?
literally
Yeah.
just the clip, like,
Yeah, I love
I don't know, I didn't watch it in
so,
context at all, I didn't need to.
that scene is what inspired this whole category for me, so we are once again aligned on the winner
That's
that,
actually
like,
surprising
clearly
that
I
we're
know.
2 for 2.
Well, we'll see what continues to happen.
Yeah, oh, this is a big category next for you.
Okay, most boring thing that happens. Our first nominee is everything related to James in season 2.
Yeah.
Our second nominee was for a little bit, that's it, that's the whole list. But then as I finished season 2, there came to be a third nominee, which was actually also kind of everything Donna does in season 2.
Yeah, and yeah, they were in cahoots for so long, and their plot line just
Yeah.
was such a drag for me, just across the board, but, like, hands down, James, most
Yeah.
boring thing to ever happen to me. I loathed him. We're gonna talk about, like, character arcs, and so, like, pretty much every character, like, by the end, you're like, "You know what? They have all these, like they have these complexities, they have these better traits,
Yes.
these better sides of them, they're growing, they're learning." James was just like a flat line, and he was just like a quiet jerk the entire time. Like, what a jerk. Like, I know this guy and I don't like him. I've met this guy before. I feel like we all have the guy who acts like he's
Yes.
nice, but he's just actually a player and is just hooking up with everyone. I'm getting so mad. He's just like hooking up with everyone, but then just like keeping everyone on the line. No,
Yes.
can't do it with him. Glad he left, and then we just never heard about him again. But I hear he comes back, so I'll look forward to that. Hopefully he's better the next time. Your
I,
face
unshockingly
suggests.
don't remember
Okay, there
anything
you
about
go.
him in the
There you
return,
go.
so
He is there, I'm pretty sure, but that pretty much
yeah.
speaks to, that gives me my answer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be in agreement with you on that because right, everything that James like it is a negative feeling. The last like positive feeling I have about James is that stupid scene where they're singing the song and that's only because it's
Mhm.
so cringy. It's like hysterically funny.
It is really funny. Is it supposed
But
to be
it's so
funny?
bad. I don't know. I don't think it
I
matters. Like that was a choice. It's bad.
I've never been more
Yeah.
uncomfortable possibly watching TV in my
Yeah.
life.
The Donna stuff was just like, I get that you're trying to make me care, but like I don't. She just really went off the rails, but James is still like he's like a non-entity to anything that actually happens in season 2.
And
He
he is the
affects
reason.
nothing.
Right, he's
Yeah.
the reason why her
Yeah.
plotline was so boring because half the time it was
Yes.
him.
Yes. Yes.
Ugh,
All right. Well, yet
moving
again, we
on.
are aligned. Most
Here we
boring thing that
go.
happens. Everything about James in season 2.
Do we have 2 more categories? Are we gonna go for it all the way here?
We have like 5 more categories.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Best redemption slash overall character arc. Ben and Jerry Horn, Catherine Martell, Bobby Briggs, Nadine, Leo, Albert, or Mike. It's a big category. Big
Okay, so
category.
this is a big category. I'm like, I'm gonna need some help before I
Yeah,
go.
I got you. It's a
Okay.
lot of character names I just gave you with no context.
Yeah, and like when it's presented to me like as a redemption arc, I feel like you need to help
Yeah.
me understand that a
Okay.
little bit first before I make my final decision. Okay, so Ben Horn, like I feel like he was pretty prominent. It was pretty clear to me what was going on. Did Jerry Horn really? How did he redeem
I
himself?
guess he didn't really, except that he was just like along for the ride when Ben wanted to
Yeah.
do good
Okay.
stuff.
And he
Yeah.
was just like, fine,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, can we just like pretend he's not there? We'll just say Ben
Okay, it's just
Horn.
Ben Horn.
'Cause
Ben
I
Horn.
I didn't feel the
Totally.
redemption, but I totally see it for Ben. He
Yes.
started chewing on carrots instead of smoking cigars, so he's so
It
but no, there
was
was more to that.
subtle.
There was more to that, but that was fun.
Yes.
Catherine Martell, like, tell me your thoughts on her in general, I guess, and, like, give me a little, like, summary of her arc as best you can, because she was in the
Yes.
weeds there,
And I
man.
think that with her, it's really one of those like she has an arc, she is redeemed in some ways, but not
Yes.
totally, because this
Totally,
show
right,
doesn't
right,
like
right,
do cop outs like that. So
right.
Catherine Martell, like totally terrible to
Yes.
Pete, tries to uh burn down the no, she doesn't want to burn down the I forget what she does in season 1. She's like definitely evil
Yes.
cuz she's trying to get the mill back from Josie.
Right.
Um and then she disappears and they think she died in the mill fire and she comes back as Mr. Tojimura,
That's a
which
big
is
thumbs down
we've
for me,
gotta
yeah.
yeah
We'll
we
have
have
to
to talk
address
about
that.
it. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it in another category a little bit more. She comes back and her and Pete like find some affection for each other again. And
Yeah.
she like has moments where, she's talking about like, even after everything that Josie did to this family, like I find it hard to hate her. Like I think
Yeah.
that Catherine Martell goes from straight up evil to a more nuanced
Nuanced.
character.
Nuanced
Yeah.
evil. Okay. I was
Yeah.
just making sure I didn't miss something because I was like, she's still pretty bad.
She is. Yeah.
Bobby Briggs, I totally yeah, I got him figured out, I think. Nadine. So she well, let's just talk about Nadine for a minute.
Please.
Because she is on one in the beginning. Obviously their marriage is like very toxic. She seems
Yes.
pretty unwell.
Yeah.
Um on a lot of levels, and then she gets a head injury and reverts back to thinking she's 18
Yes.
for a good chunk of season 2,
Yeah.
and then after getting another head injury at the Miss Twin Peaks I almost said dance contest award show, some might call it. She then comes to basically and is like, what's going on? Like, why do I have a little teenager boyfriend? Why is my husband with the woman he's been pining for years? Does she have like is it just more that she comes back into herself, or is she, I mean, I guess she
I
kind
think it's
of,
all an arc. I'm finding
yeah,
that
she
all
kind
I'm
of,
not I also said redemption slash overall character arc, so don't
okay.
read that far into it.
Well, Sarah, hello, have you met me? I'm like, I gotta get an A plus on my homework assignment. I'm just trying to make sure I understand too, because she did kind of like, didn't she kind of like apologize to Ed, or at least like acknowledge that like things weren't working? Like, I feel like maybe they had a more real conversation at the end there. It's a little fuzzy for me, maybe.
Well, like, at the very end there, when she comes back into her adult self, no,
Yes,
I think she's just
mad.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. There must have been, I thought like there was like some
yeah,
moment where they talked and it was like, I guess maybe when they're having their like little divorce party with
yeah,
Dr. Jacoby. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I'll have to revisit that on my next watch. To watch through. Okay, Albert, totally get. Who's Mike?
Mike is,
Oh, the
Nadine's
one with
boyfriend.
oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let me think about this for a minute. I don't know that I
Okay.
can. I have I have 2, 3. I have 3. I have a top 3. Should I tell you my top 3?
Give me your top 3, yeah,
Okay. So Ben Horn,
yeah,
Bobby Briggs, and
okay,
Albert. Oh, I
love
didn't even
it.
say Leo. I'm like,
Yeah,
Leo doesn't count.
well, yeah,
Leo? No. No, Leo is
Leo did
fired.
one good thing in
One, and
one
you can't be
scene,
like,
yeah,
you're a horrible monster, and because you're that's so
yeah,
like claiming that like you love your wife, so that makes like everything you've done. Okay,
yeah,
no.
no.
Done. Toast. Cross him off the list. But good. Good to talk about Leo because we hadn't talked about him yet.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Ben Horn, Bobby Briggs, and Albert are my top 3. Who are your
I love it.
top whoever? Or maybe you just have a pick.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about a top 3. Top 3, Ben Horn, I think Bobby. Bobby's, like, still not totally good at the end there, though. He's got,
No.
um I find Catherine so fascinating. Albert has a good redemption arc, but Albert, like,
He's a
he's such a
side
minor
character.
character.
I know. I really did like. I thought he was just gonna be. He was another one where he just comes in as like the stereotypical jerk, and he treats Agent Cooper the way I expected everyone else to treat Agent Cooper. But then he
Yeah.
just has these moments, like he talked about his little peace speech. I said
Yeah.
peach. um, he just has these moments of like being totally cute,
Yeah.
like
He's like,
sweet.
"I believe in peace. I'm just gonna be an asshole about it."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like grabbing, like when he's like grabbing him by the scruff and being like, I love ya. And he's
Yeah.
like so
It's
violent
such a
about it to
good
Harry.
scene.
Yeah, him and Harry are kind of
Yeah,
fun together.
they are.
Um, oof, this is a tough one. I'm actually not sure. I think I'm gonna go with my gut here, and I'm gonna say Ben Horn, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it for me. Yeah.
it was the biggest one, and I just like I guess I just really appreciated him like not being like a dirtbag father anymore, and kind of like his scenes with Audrey did kind of like weird me out a little bit. Like
They
it
were a
just
little
was
weird.
a little weird sometimes with the way that they communicated, but I do like that he helped facilitate like her, not even like I don't give him credit for anything that she did. Like that was all
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
But at
Mhm.
least he was like treating her more like a human being
Yes.
at the end. Um, I
Well,
don't
so
believe he's a good guy now. Like, I don't believe that he just had this like complete turnaround. Like, he still has like ulterior motives and like, you know what I mean? But he's just like not being totally awful anymore.
see, what I think is that he is the only one of these characters who realizes what he used to be And I
Yeah.
think he acknowledges even, like, towards the end of season 2 that he still has the impulse to do bad, and he's
Yes.
choosing not to,
He's
and I just
trying
really
not to.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did get that because I felt like he wasn't just acting like, "Oh, like, this me doing good now absolves what I was like, what I did before, or that, like, I'm this totally different person." I did like
Yeah.
that as well. Um, I really just wanna talk about just to make sure that we talk about this at some point, when, Gordon Cole meets Shelly, and they're like he's could hear her, and that's, like, amazing and cute and everything, and then he just, like, but when he's leaving, he just, like, asks if he can, like, kiss Shelly, basically, and she just is, like, agreeable, and then Bobby walks in, who's, like, I would say, like, her boyfriend, right? Like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're in a committed relationship, she's also still married to Leo, but, like,
Yeah.
whatever, go for it, Shelly, and Shelly, like he's like, "What the hell? Like, what the hell's going on?" And then Shelly just, like, kisses him again.
Yeah.
It was like, I
Good.
loved that. That is not what I was expecting to happen next. And he's just like,
Yes.
"Come on, man." And I don't know. I think it just like put Bobby needed to be like put in his place. And I feel like that did. And then he came back around and was kind of like, I should appreciate you. I should be treating you better. Cause he was being like kind of controlling and abusive for a time there too, which I was like, we can't be doing
Yes,
Shelly
I
dirty like this.
know. Come on,
So
Bobby.
that
Yeah,
is what I meant when I said that I think Gordon Cole eventually like made her life better by being like
I
by showing her
agree.
worth, by celebrating her, being like, you're the most
Yes.
beautiful, perfect angel. And
It's, like, so heartwarming.
it is. And she
Yes.
deserves that. She needed
She
that. I'm
did.
really glad that that
Yes.
moment happened.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. Do we agree again?
Yeah, we're Ben
Okay.
Horn. We're Ben Horn again.
Are we boring? Are we the most boring podcast category now? We just
No,
agree. I know. I'm just kidding. We
they're
just,
just clear winners. Speaking of, I
yeah.
have a feeling this next one's gonna be pretty easy for us.
Mm.
The category is greatest secondary character. The nominees are the Log Lady, Pete Martell, Diane slash the tape recorder, Bob, Andy and Lucy, or the town of Twin Peaks.
I like this list a lot. I
These
like
are
that you
just like
included
some of my
Bob.
favorite things.
I like they included Bob because he's like awful and he's the villain and he's like a demon. But you're right that he is like a decent villain. Like he's very
Yeah.
interesting and also like very scary, but also very goofy. Like yes,
Yeah,
he's the whole vibe.
100%. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
whole vibe. I love
Yes.
Diane the tape recorder, but like because of Agent Cooper, not because I know anything. I just
Yes.
like that exists. Um, Andy and Lucy. Love them.
They're
So sweet,
amazing.
so cute. I'm glad that we got that conclusion that she, like,
Yes.
finally made
That one.
the only
Yes.
choice,
Obviously.
right? The town of Twin Peaks, we've reveled in plenty in our first
Yes.
episode. It's incredible. Um, it really comes down to the Log Lady and Pete Martell for me,
Obviously.
right? I wish we had more of the Log Lady. She is so funny and, like, what a weird, perfect character, but, like, it has to be Pete Martell for me. It's gotta be.
See,
It's
I was
gotta
gonna
be.
go with the log lady.
Really?
We've disagreed.
Finally!
With Pete as a very close second, though.
Same, like, I'm
Yeah.
very close to the Log Lady. I think if we had a little bit more of her, also,
Yeah.
I'm just, like, very sad that Pete died. Like, what the heck?
I don't remember that happening.
Like, he explodes.
Oh, okay. I guess I just don't believe this show that anybody
Okay.
actually dies.
Yeah,
But I
well,
guess
okay.
that's right.
So, like, I didn't
Yeah.
really remember that either. So, like, they go to the bank, him and
Yeah.
Andrew Packard,
Oh,
and
that's
Audrey Horne
where.
is there,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
he, like I don't, like, remember that exact scene either. Like, I knew that there was an
Yeah.
explosion, and then, like,
Yeah.
online, like, on the internet was like, oh, he was, like, on top of Audrey, like, as if he had done like, maybe been, like, trying to protect her or something.
Oh, I feel like they did not make that clear.
Maybe that was a deleted scene, and
I mean,
I
but
got too
Pete
deep
is,
into
like,
the
really
wormhole.
sweet
With
with Audrey
Audrey, I
when John
know.
Justice Wheeler is, like, flying away. It's
He's, like,
amazing.
facilitating their hookup and, like,
I
emotional about
know.
it. He's like,
Then he
"Young
takes her
love."
fishing.
Oh, he waited for her to, like, have her whole moment with him. Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
he's so
He's
sweet.
amazing. He is great. I'm not changing my vote. The log lady steals every scene she's in, and she's only in any scene for like 30 seconds. She's still my
Yeah.
favorite, but Pete is also amazing.
I love Pete. I love Pete.
Maybe we
I
can
love
call it a tie. We have a
Yeah.
tie.
Mhm, mhm.
Great. Great.
Love that.
Okay, so this next category is going to be uh most exciting discovery of Twin Peaks actors that we know from other things.
Good. I like how you workshopped. I was like, I just
Good.
want to talk about this stuff, but I
Yes.
don't know. The first time that this happened for me was with the Gilmore Girls ladies on here. Okay, all the baby mamas are on Twin Peaks. So we have Sherilyn. Sorry, my eyesight is like struggling here. Sherilyn, do you want to read that? Because I can't.
Yeah. Sherilyn Fenn, so Audrey Horne is Luke's baby mama on Gilmore Girls. And then Sherry, who's played by, I assume that you looked this up and spelled
Yes,
out how to pronounce her name, Mädchen Amick,
I think so. Yeah.
who's Chris's baby mama.
I know, and they're both so gorgeous, such great characters in the show. They're not great in Gilmore Girls. So that was like
Yeah.
kind of like going in, like both of the characters on Gilmore Girls are just like definitely villain-esque. Like they're like the other women, the women getting in the
Mhm.
way because Lorelai and Rory rule all, and all other women are just in the
Yes.
way, right?
Because they're pick me
Um,
girls, but
a
that's
little
for
bit.
another episode.
I know. Somehow we'll do a whole episode just on the thing I posted on Instagram that's like the Gilmore Girls reimagined as a horror movie. It's so good. It's
It's
so
not a
good. Where
stretch.
obviously Dean is like the stalker villain. It's amazing.
Yes.
We have I would say I have a lot of love for Gilmore Girls, but it has a lot of
Yeah.
problems too.
Yeah. Same.
Um okay, and you tell me because I wrote all this. So tell me if you had any of these moments too. I guess we'll vote on it. But there's
Yeah.
Jerry Horn, so this probably was just me. But he is played by David Patrick Kelly. He looked super familiar to me. I could not figure out why, and then I realized that in the Longest Yard remake, the one with Adam Sandler, he plays like the little shit inmate Unger who, he's
Hmm.
such a little bastard.
I
And he
don't remember
also,
that movie.
well, it's like just very important in my lore, but whatever. We'll get to that another day. And then he also plays Luther, the little shit in the 1979 cult classic The Warriors. He's just like such a little shit. And so he's
Mm,
kind of a little shit in Twin Peaks too.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was pretty satisfying. Heather Graham, I literally can only think of her in The Hangover, and I don't think that that's fair to her.
Pretty sure I first knew her from Austin Powers.
Oh
So,
god, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I think yeah, sorry, Heather Graham is all I have to say. Billy Zane, he is his character I like would say is pretty likable in Twin Peaks.
Oh, I love John Justice Wheeler.
Okay, I have a
Yes.
little
I
mixed.
also just like to say that name if you
Yeah,
can't
fair
tell.
enough. Fair enough. I'm like a little mixed, but I think part of why I'm a little mixed is because he's such an asshole on the Titanic. Such a I
He
feel like I
is.
can't let that go, and that's how I've known him, like, my entire life,
Okay, but
since
I also
childhood.
know him from playing Billy Zane in Zoolander, and I have
Oh,
always appreciated that.
yeah, that's actually fun. I haven't seen that movie enough. I need to watch that again. Okay, I didn't know this one, but Jack Nance, who played my favorite character pretty much, Pete Martell, he's in another one of David Lynch's movies, Eraserhead. I just thought that was interesting. They were buds. I think they were buds.
Relevant.
Um,
Cute.
yeah, and he's great. He's great as Pete Martell. Kyle MacLachlan. He was a horrible character on Sex and the City.
Yes.
Do you remember him from that? Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Trey. Awful, so cringy. So
It's so different.
so different and thankfully so different because I was able to like completely separate them. Like the second he is like now Agent Cooper in my mind and like
Yes.
I will forever like he's a different person. Like that's a whole different universe. There's no
Yes.
overlap. So we're supposed to pick the one that we were most excited. Do you have any to add? This is kind of like my rambles at one point.
I do not think I have any to add.
That
No.
was a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah. Oh, nope. That's a Fire Walk with Me reference. Nope. This
Hmm.
one's good. This one's great.
Okay. Okay, so I guess, like, the Kyle MacLachlan one, like, he's, like, too big for this, you know? Like, I feel like he's Agent Cooper, so, like, I wasn't thinking of him as Trey. I don't know, even from the beginning, and I
Yeah,
feel like I
it's
should have
very
been.
different. You know, he
Yeah.
was also in How I Met Your Mother, and he's in a bunch of episodes of Portlandia too.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like Agent Cooper is just, like, a real person to me.
I know. I'm with
I don't know,
you.
he's
That's
so
it.
great. I think I'm gonna go with, like, the Gilmore Girls together, since I put them together. I think that was, like, the first time. Oh, you didn't even talk about ADHD. Good grief. Sometimes it's just like, should
Uh,
have taken another Adderall before the episode, but we record too late. Okay, what I was trying to say is we didn't even talk about me knowing I talked about this in our pilot episode, me knowing, Ed and
oh,
Nadine from The
yeah.
People Under the Stairs,
That's
and they were a couple, a
right.
horrible, horrible couple. I think that was the
Yeah.
first recognition I had in the show, but I'll still pick, the Gilmore Girls because that was just like a nice, like, seeing these 2 in a different light and also just, like, I don't know, just having them in a different show as completely different characters spoke to me. I enjoyed
I
it.
love it. I'm gonna add another nominee, and then I'm gonna pick him.
Okay.
David Duchovny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good one. That's a
Because
really good
also,
one.
like, Denise is not that different from Fox Mulder.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough X-Files to have that, like, on my radar, but now
Yeah.
that you brought it up,
They,
yeah,
like, have a very similar vibe.
that's
So
true.
that is, like, pretty delightful to me. I would say that is the thing that, like, most delighted me of someone I recognize from somewhere
Yeah, I
else.
did really
Yeah.
enjoy Billy Zane too. I would say that would be
Yeah.
the follow-up. Just, like,
Yeah.
recognizing him and seeing him in, like, not a
Yeah.
butthead light.
Agreed. Not a
Yeah.
butthead. Billy Zane,
There
not a
we
butthead.
go, there we go.
All right, I like it. We got another tie, two-way tie. Okay, next category. We have 2 categories left. Uh, Scariest moment.
Mm. We
The
are a horror
nominees.
podcast,
Yes,
allegedly.
this feels right. The nominees are Bob jump scares and Bob in general.
Mhm.
Laura Palmer screaming in the series finale.
Ugh.
Wyndham Earl when he's talking to Leo and he's all possessed, so his mouth is all black. And the "How's Annie?" maniacal laughing at the very end of season 2.
I'm, like, now having a weird recollection of me, like, misquoting that in the first our last episode. Was I saying, "Where's Annie?" last time?
No, I think you said it right. I think
I
you
don't
got
know.
it.
Now I'm like, I don't
It's
know, girl.
okay.
Where are we? Who are we? That's why I started this episode. Who am I? I'm starting to lose it. Um,
It's
I don't know. You kick it off here. What are you thinking?
it's "How's Annie?" hands down for me.
Yeah. So you're like a psychological horror girly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I that was really chilling. But I am definitely like jump scares get me every
Mm.
time. I've got to go. There was one Bob jump scare in particular where he's like appears and then is like scurrying towards
Oh, yeah, that one's
who was it? Was it
good.
Laura Palmer's cousin? Was it her?
Oh, he does get after Maddie, but
I
he
can't
goes after
remember.
Sarah Palmer, like, real
Okay.
bad a couple
There are a few,
times.
yeah, where he's just
Yeah.
like he's coming closer, and closer, and you just like keep thinking he's gonna stop, and he keeps coming, and he's so creepy. Yeah, I gotta give it to
Yes.
Bob.
Yes. All right. I like that as a two-way tie because that's a personal choice. What's scariest?
Yeah, I also like the Laura Palmer screaming was like I wasn't ready for that though. I
Those
wasn't
also
ready.
these are all very scary things. I mean, Wyndham
Yeah,
Earl is a little goofy
it was a
also.
little, but I also just
Yeah.
wasn't expecting it. I still
Yeah.
don't actually understand what's going.
Yeah. That's what rewatches are for.
I know. Well, one of these days I'll understand
Yep.
maybe a hint of what happened. What happened to me while watching Twin Peaks.
I love it. Okay, we have one category left, and I believe that this is the category that inspired me to want to do an award show in the first place, which
Ugh,
is most insane thing that happens.
tough category.
The
Tough, tough.
nominees are, and there's a lot of the tough category, and there's a lot of nominees in this
Yeah.
one. First nominee, Catherine Martell showing back up as Mr. Tojimura, which is problematic and also I just wish they just made her an old man because that was
Yeah.
hysterical in its insanity. Our next nominee is that old man whose character name I forget, who gets married to Lana and then dies, but then also everything else about Lana.
Yeah,
That
like,
was
why
weird.
is
That
Lana
was
a
just
thing?
weird. I
Yes.
don't know. Why is Lana?
What is Lana?
Josie turning into the door. What is Lana? The next nominee, Josie turning into a doorknob. What?
Yeah. Yeah, good
What?
question, good question.
Uh, the absolutely unreasonable number of donuts present in every episode. So many donuts. Look so delicious. The James, Donna, Maddie singing fiasco.
Oof,
Uh,
yeah,
Nadine in general, most of her plot
period.
points.
Period. Yeah.
I love your ad. How about any single scene in the red room? That's a good point. Those are crazy things.
So trippy, yeah.
And then this really fun thing that Twin Peaks and Murder She Wrote have in common, which is identical twin cousins.
That is, like, not the most insane thing that happens in this show, I just, like, had to point it out because
It's
that's,
like
like, not
kind
a
of
thing.
insane though. It's kind of insane.
We're just supposed to
Yeah.
be, like, pretend that this isn't just the same actress, like, with a wig on.
No,
Okay.
no.
This is where I cannot suspend my disbelief, okay? It's not my vote, though, for the record, I just wanted it to be said.
What is your
Huh.
vote for our last category?
Okay, I feel like I have a few things I wanna talk about,
Please.
so Mr. Tajimura was the one thing about the show that I did not like,
Really?
because it was
Okay.
just, like, racist, you know? I
It
just
was. It
didn't.
was very Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yes, yes. It was,
Yes.
like, a lot of the things that we, like, give the show credit for being like, "Well, you gave it a good shot, you tried to put some representation in, you tried to be respectful." This wasn't it for me.
It was
I think
not.
her disguising herself as a man would have been fine, but it needed to have been a white man. I thought that was just
Yes.
weird and offensive. And also just, like,
Yes.
but, like, yeah, I think that the plot line in general otherwise could have been kind of interesting. Just yeah, didn't need that for me. The old man wedding and death was just like so weird and pointless. Josie and the
Yeah.
doorknob was like maybe it for me. I don't even know what to say. She turns into a doorknob. She's trapped in the furniture. I did try to look into that to try to get some answers and see like what other people thought. Um, yeah, and just the way that it was shot was so 90s, like,
It was.
really fun. It was really fun.
Yes.
The donuts is insane when you think about it logistically, but I just love it, so, I don't
Yes.
know, it just seems like in a totally different category because that would be, like, the most charming thing about about Twin Peaks. The James, Donna, Maddie singing, like, we've talked about this briefly already, but, like, that was so uncomfortable.
I
Like,
hated it. I hate it
why did
every
they do
time.
that to us? Why did I have to sit through this? I was, like, watching it being like, is there a reason that, like, this is happening besides, like, to make me extremely uncomfortable? It was so weird. It
Yeah.
was so
Agreed.
weird. Nadine was off the rails, with her, like, super strength thing was super, super weird. Yeah, the Red Room was trippy, but very Twin Peaks to me.
Yes.
Uh,
Mhm. I think it's hysterical that I didn't even think to put that on
no,
this
you're just were
list.
like, this is just part of it. I love, yeah, that there's just people boogieing in there. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
And then it got scary at the end, so less fun.
I
But
did.
anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Josie and the doorknob, I think. It was a small scene, but it, for a very weird show, took it to, like, a whole nother level of, like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is like I like that you looked it up on the internet and still couldn't even find any answers about it because it's so off the walls.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was something along the lines of possibly a metaphor comparing, like, the lumber you know, company to like her being like stuck in wood. I don't know that that makes it any better. Same thing with like the log for the log lady. I don't know if I mentioned it to you before, but I also read somewhere that the log is considered a harbinger by some, like people calling it like a harbinger of doom.
Oh, I
Uh,
love
it's a
that.
perfect like stay harbinged moment. Let's bring that back because the like log tells her things and then she's
Yes.
giving people warnings and no one's taking her seriously and she's like the log knows and apparently the log is her husband and it's another metaphor and I'm like you're right, Sarah. Maybe I don't want to know because all these explanations are wacko and probably not even true. So there you have it.
You chose Josie in the
I
doorknob.
did.
I will agree. I will agree, but it's a show of insane things. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that about it so much.
It's very
Mhm.
hard to tease out
Mhm.
moments from, like, general insanity that is the show.
I mean, right? Just like the log lady in general, there is a whole character who is never not holding a log. And she says things like, my log wants to talk to you.
Yes. Yeah, she's incredible. Also, like, we haven't even mentioned the owls, like, I still don't know, like, what was up with them, but they were talked about a lot.
The owls are not what they seem.
Yeah, they are, because like, what are they? What's going on, man? I don't know.
Something that I am going to watch over the podcast break is there is a documentary they made about Catherine Coulson, who played the log lady,
Mm,
and about her time in Twin Peaks leading up to she was like very sick when they filmed The Return, but she really wanted to be a part of it. It's called I Know Catherine, the Log Lady. It just
mm.
came out this year and it like just became available on I think you can stream it, but you like have to like buy it through a website. It's like
Oh.
independently distributed. So I will be very excited to watch that over our break.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, that would be fun. Log lady
Yeah.
forever.
Well, truly my favorite. I think my favorite overall part of the show. That was not a category in our awards, but I think my favorite part of the show is the log lady.
Ugh, yeah, that's a good choice. Mine is the fish in the percolator.
The fish, there's a fish in the percolator.
Like, wha
So
who
good.
came
I
up
love
with that?
Pete. I love
What
Pete.
in the actual
I don't
world?
know.
That is like that's
And
gotta
his
be my favorite
delivery of
line.
it.
"You're not gonna believe this." I didn't, Pete, I didn't. That was so funny.
Oh god, it was so good. All right, I think that's a perfect note to end on. And that's it
Yeah.
for our first season of Haunted Homebodies.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here for our first 33 episodes. It was fun. Had a great
We're,
time.
it was so much fun. As we said, we're going to take a short break. We're just going to refresh over the holiday season. Feel free to, re-listen to our episodes if you missed us that much, or watch all the things we've been talking about.
Yes, yes, catch up. We don't know. We're not committing to anything, but we might release some of like the story portions, like things that were just kind of on the second half of an episode separately, just to catch anyone who maybe didn't stick around the whole time or just wants to listen to like the paranormal stories on their own. So we might be doing that. We might just go dark. Who knows? But we'll be back. Yeah.
Well, until next time,
Stay harbinged, y'all. Listen to the log lady.
thanks for listening to another episode of Haunted Homebodies. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
And remember, when in doubt, just stay home.